in particular these 5 minutes with me. Let's get right to it. Oh, it's on automatic. When I first came to university, it was a very exciting time. I worked really hard to get in. It took me a long time. I messed up and had to go back and do my A-levels again. It was terrible. But when I did arrive, it was a great, fun time of dodgy club nights and even dodgier cheap chicken from the high street. But it got to about week 6, which is 2 weeks before deadline day if you're in my school. And I found myself doing a lot of this, staring at a blank Word document, willing myself to research, write, research, write, research, and write again. I dealt with this, like I always deal with this, by calling my mum, who told me that I needed to buck up, that I needed to find something new to do and try harder. And my stepdad told me that I needed to build something, that I wasn't doing enough woodwork, and that was why I was unfulfilled. So I thought I would do this. I started looking for elective modules that were a bit more varied than what I was doing in my course, which has a lot of things, but is still, you know, research-based, a lot of essays. I found out about this one, Interpreting Technology, which was run through the HPS school. History and Philosophy of Science, for those of you that don't know. The aim of this was that there was group work, and we would spend half of it looking at material culture, which I hadn't studied before, half of it doing putting together a display and an exhibition, which I also hadn't done before, so this seemed new. We spent a lot of time digging through some boxes to find some things that we wanted to put together, and we found this platypus we really loved, and we nicknamed him Perry. When it came time to move him, we found that this was more of an issue. The distance between the storeroom and the display area is quite far, and it was raining. So we ended up building him a hammock out of 2 cardigans buttoned together, stringing them together and then carrying him between us in a sort of weird parade. To prove that this did actually work, you can see him up at the top there, along with the rest of our case. And there's a narcissistic picture of me looking very proud of everything we did. This was made possible by the work of the HSTM, which is the Museum for History, Science, Technology, and Medicine. You may not have heard this before, but we're all over campus, I promise. We're run by a volunteer workforce, and you can see here that we keep all of these different cabinets updated and put together. We do lots of different things within the museum, and we have many different collections, galvanometers, physics work, and in reference to the clip at the beginning, we also hold Freddie Mercury's baby teeth, courtesy of the old head of the School of Dentistry. It's kind of a weird place. I like it a lot. You should come down and join us if you feel like it. I've also discovered, from what I've learned doing that, I've also discovered a weird love of Neo-Palladian architecture. Things join together in weird ways. This is Harewood House, about 15 miles out from here, and I occasionally volunteer here talking to members of the public about country houses and what they were used for. You can see this other very narcissistic and incredibly grandiose selfie. This is the long gallery at the house. And there's also a bird garden, so I get to feed penguins when I go to work. These are some brown lorries, which I taught to whistle the Doctor Who theme tune last year. If that sounds fun, and you'd like to have a life as varied and weird as this, there are lots of different things that you can do to get involved with heritage. Number 1 on our list is the HSTM. And that slide comes up. So you can see at the top that this is part of our colour science collection. Leeds has a big history of styles work, and in particular dyeing, so we have a lot of these sort of chemicals going around. At the moment, our 3 big projects are an oral histories project, so we're looking at talking to people who are... Copyright rules meant that I couldn't use the actual logo, so please imagine that you're looking at a logo of 2 pink concentric circles with Leeds Museums and Galleries written inside it. Leeds Museums and Galleries is an organisation that links together the small galleries throughout West Yorkshire. They put together the Heritage Show and Tell, which is a bunch of people who study and work in heritage, getting together to talk about what they do and network. They do internships, some of which are even paid like we're people. If you want to keep it a little bit closer to home, there are many HPS seminar groups and reading groups that go together, and I can tell you more about those if you come and find me at the end. We do lots of reading together, lots of discussion of ideas with people who are working in the medium at the minute. And even lower on the list, there is The Brain Scoop, which is a YouTube channel run by the chief curiosity correspondent at the Field Museum in Chicago. She talks about what she does day to day. So, in summation, if you want to do a thing, please be brave and do something, anything. I'm just some nerd, but I've done a lot of fun stuff from that, so please join in if you feel like it. Thank you very much.